Welcome to part 2 of my little video series on my ADHD diagnosis. I'm 58 years old. I was diagnosed just a short few weeks ago. Maybe go back and watch my first video to hear about the assessment and the shock of getting the diagnosis. So in my previous video, we got up to the assessment and the fact that the first few days after my diagnosis, I was, wow. I mean, I was just all over the place. Was crying. I felt, it was really strange. One day I felt like I'd just literally been run over. I had to stay in bed because I was so shocked. And I was having such a big problem with accepting it. I still am. I still don't think I deserve the diagnosis. And please leave a comment below if you've had this feeling of I don't deserve the diagnosis. It's not that I've got ADHD, it is that I just can't concentrate because I'm lazy, and if I just tried harder, and all the things that I've said about myself over the years, I'm finding it hard to let go of them. So I talk more about that in the first video. So here we are, I've had the diagnosis and I'm starting to look through my life. I have talked a lot on this channel and on my Instagram and on Loose Women, a show that I do here in the UK, which is a debate female talk show. And I've talked a lot over the years about my compulsive eating. I have got that under control, and it's taken me my entire lifetime. I have yo-yoed in weight, up and down, put on weight, starved back down, never anorexic, but gone on extreme diets to get myself back down to weight, and then somehow, without even knowing how or why or what, I'm suddenly compulsively eating again. And when I say compulsively eating, I'm not hungry. It's not about being hungry and wanting to eat or being greedy. It's like I literally can't stop. So I'd be sitting talking to you, there'd be a pile of nuts there, and I would just eat them consistently until they'd gone, and then I would look at the bowl and then they'd gone. I've always called myself greedy and just out of control. Worked very hard on that, went to Overeaters Anonymous, had therapy, have over the last few years really found a way to forgive myself and be kinder to myself. I have a lot of fun on Instagram where I do parodies of people like Kim Kardashian. I found my way to have a better body image and a way to just about control my eating. But it's something that I had to think about every day, all the way through my day. To find out that my ADHD has played a part in my compulsive eating when I have wasted so much of my fucking life thinking about what I can do to control my eating. What a waste of thought, of discussion, of conversation, of self-loathing. It was not any of the things that I thought it was. It was a lack of effing dopamine. Now, it's not the same for everybody with ADHD, but as my assessor told me, and from podcasts and other psychiatrists that I've listened to, remember, I'm only sharing my experience with you. I am not in any way at all qualified to tell you anything. I'm just telling you my experience and what's been told to me. To be told that this is to do with my ADHD. I've got to unravel all that self-loathing, all that stuff that I'd attributed it to is just mind-blowing. And when I look through my family, my relatives, the people that have suffered with obesity, with the members of my family that I see daily struggling with their food issues, And I also notice all the other ADHD symptoms in them. I'm not going to tell anyone. I'm not telling anyone in my family I think they've got ADHD because I don't want to be that person. But, you know, my assessor told me if your parent has it, you have 80% chance of having ADHD. My husband, who's been 15 years in recovery from alcohol abuse, is so ADHD, he's off the diagnostic scale. That's what his psychiatrist said about him. He was only diagnosed 6 months ago. The thought that he went through everything that he went through and he could have been diagnosed at an earlier age and not suffered the way that he has just breaks my heart. And that's a big reason why I want to do these films. I heard a stat the other day. Between the ages of 16 and 25, 2/3 of people with ADHD will go into some kind of addiction, self-medication. So that could be food, that could be exercise, that could be workaholism, that could be alcohol, that could be drugs. This isn't just about people jumping about and being annoying and being hyperactive. This is serious shit. And the most difficult thing that I'm finding is I almost want to go through like all my back catalogue and say to people, you know when that wasn't really me, that was ADHD. But I have to let go of that. I am who I am. No neurotypical person says, oh my God, you know, which part of my personality is me and which part of my personality is my neurotypical brain. Nobody says that, do they? But why I want to discover more and more and why I want to share it with you is for us alien beings, us ADHDers, I think we can quietly find places to forgive ourselves. That's the journey I'm on. I got cut off. I ran out of storage. Classic ADHD. I'm just trying to quietly go through and forgive myself for some of the stuff that I've battered myself about over the years. And I hope by sharing these little films with you, which will be a stream of consciousness. I'm not going to sit and write a script. I'm not going to have funky colours in the background. I'm just going to share with you what has been interesting for me, and I'm going to share with you where I trip and fall and where maybe I succeed. And I'm going to keep them short because us ADHDers get bored really fucking easily. And that's not our fault. That is not our fault. We have got superpowers. Yeah. So if there's anything that I talk about in any of these videos and you think, can you just pick up on that and I'd like to hear more about that, do that too. Please do that and I will look at that. But for now, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell and I'll be back. The notification bell is the bell that notifies you when I'm back. In case you didn't know. Ta-da!